businesses if they wanted to, and pay it forward, lift up others in their community through the work they were doing. That's what we did. And, so I thought about this word radical and I really associated it with terrorist organizations that we gave them the confidence and the tools and the skills through our programs to be able to get jobs or start small businesses if they wanted to and pay it forward, lift thousands of people around the world who show up every day to work thinking not about themselves, but thinking about what they can do to make that child safer, to make that family healthier, to give those young people hope. And so when I think about our wonderful staff around the world, I think about things that young people have said to me as I've gone on my travels and met them. And they've come up to me and they've thanked me. And they haven't thanked me because of the money we put into the programs. They've said to me, "You believed in me." And they've said, "Because you believed in me, I believe in myself." And so we give people that. We give them hope, care, courage. And if you cut AID out of the US government, you cut out the beating heart of our foreign assistance.
My friends, I'm Jeremy Knindike. I am a former USAID official. I am proud to be here with all of you today. I am proud of the work that we have all done on behalf of the American people to better the world. I am here because I love USAID and I believe in the mission of USAID, but also because I love the Constitution and I believe in the Constitution. And we need to be clear that both of those are at risk. The attacks on USAID are attacks on the Constitution. If we are in a country where the richest man can decide that the richest country will no longer help some of the poorest people, we are in a very, very dire place. The attempts to kill USAID will kill people. They will kill people that America has committed to save. This will abandon people that America has committed to support. It will dramatically weaken our country's global influence and it will empower and embolden our political rivals. Among those who are openly cheering Musk's campaign against USAID are the Houthis in Yemen, are the former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev. They do not have America's best interests at heart. They know that if USAID is taken off the board, their jobs get easier, America gets weaker and less safe. I also want to address the people of USAID, you who have committed your careers and your lives to serving your country to advance the welfare of the world. You deserve better. What is happening is a brutal and a shameful betrayal of you who have served your country with bravery, with integrity, with dedication, and with honor. You have been forward deployed on reconstruction teams in war zones. You have brought the global HIV epidemic under control. You have fought famines. You have stabilized fragile economies. You have charged headlong into Ebola hot zones. The vest I'm wearing today, I wore every time I deployed to a crisis zone with USAID. When I put it on this morning, I found in there a pair of gloves that I got, plastic gloves, that I got on one of my trips to the Ebola response in 2014. That is emblematic of the work that USAID does in the world and the risks that USAID personnel take on behalf of their country. You at USAID represent the best face of America abroad and you deserve better. I also want to issue a plea to Republican colleagues on the Hill. You know that what is being said about USAID is not true. You know the truth of this agency. Many of you have been on record many times praising the important work of USAID. Speak out. Where are you? Have the bravery, have the courage to speak the truth. Because if we lose USAID, it is a catastrophe for our foreign policy. It is a catastrophe for people who depend on us around the world. And it is a catastrophe for the Constitution. Thank you.
My name is Chris Milligan, and I served my country for 31 years at USAID. Like many of you, thank you for coming today. I hear that USAID is full of radical lunatics. Radical because we believe in the power of America, the power to change lives. We know that America is looked up to around the world as a city on a shining city on a hill. Radical because we engage in a world with compassion, with American values, not only lifting millions out of poverty and oppression, but making America safer and making jobs back here at home. Lunatic? Lunatic. Well, we volunteer in war zones. We are in the most dangerous and challenging places around the world. Unarmed, famines, disasters, military dictatorships, without our families, without our friends, and at a cost. I'm reminded of that when I walk by a memorial wall, which has too many names of Americans who have lost their lives serving their country, our colleagues. Who would do this? Committed, patriotic, radical lunatics who put country first. I proudly served as USAID's counselor in the first Trump administration. And let me tell you something, we did incredible reforms and we strengthened the workforce. What we're seeing now is quite different. So I ask, what's changed? Most programs now on hold supported President Trump's priorities in his first administration. In fact, every dollar spent is approved by the secretary and requested as part of the president's budget. So I ask, what's changed? The dedicated staff recently put on administrative leave served President Trump honorably during his first administration, and many were promoted. So what do we ask? What's changed? You know it. This denigration of patriotic Americans is a win for those who want to weaken our country. The creation of America began with these three words: we the people. Assistance should serve the American people, not be a plaything of the elites. Don't destroy what you don't understand. Every minute that assistance is frozen weakens America, makes us less secure, and costs us jobs. Let's stop the political theater. Let's protect taxpayers' money. Lift the freeze on foreign assistance. Let patriotic Americans serve their country. Let patriotic Americans serve their country. Untie America's hands. Let's make America safe again. Thank you.
I'm Senator Ed Markey from Massachusetts, and what's dangerous is that people who work for USAID are wearing masks to protect themselves from us. This is a dictatorship in the making. This is an attempt to take over USAID and then use that as the example to take over the EPA and Medicaid and Medicare. Donald Trump, Elon Musk makes unsafe cars, and now he wants to create an unsafe world and cutting the programs that are at the heart of who we are as a nation. So he said, Elon Musk said over the weekend that he was going to throw USAID into a wood chipper. What else is going into that wood chipper? Healthcare, democracy, fighting for the rights of those who are most desperate around the world, and sending a message that he is going to do the same for those who are most desperate in the United States of America itself. This is an historic moment. This is the time when we have to stand up and to fight, to not stand on the sidelines, to have people by the millions are going to have to stand up and protest. When we come back here the next time, there should be hundreds of thousands and millions of people descending on Washington, D.C. We need a march for freedom. We need a march for democracy. We need a march for justice, not just for people in our country, but all around the world. We are the moral force of the world. We are a democracy that people look up to. That building, that statue of freedom is the most famous building in the world. And there's a reason, because in every village in the world, in every
You saw a big about face. Perhaps this announcement will get the attention of other allies.
Everybody's heart breaks for the Palestinian people across the region, and rightly so. But he's not seeing any realistic solutions on how those miles and miles and miles of debris are going to be cleared, how those, essentially unexploded bombs are going to be removed, how these people are physically going to live. And he puts some very bold, fresh, new ideas out on the table, I don't think should be criticized in any way.
What this has done has sent a shockwave across the Middle East, telling everybody that the United States is going to be actively involved in making sure, first and foremost, that Israel is safe and that we have peace and stability in the Middle East.
All right, welcome back to Secular.
It's not just me that has a problem with the Tarrant County Commissioner's Court. For 3 years, the citizens have been asking for reform in the jail because we have 3 times the national average of deaths in our jail. The only one with compassion is Miss Alicia Simmons. Everybody else, they don't care. Here's what the citizens had to say yesterday at the Commissioner Court meeting.
My apologies in advance for reading quickly and any errors. This is not Toastmasters, and I'm certainly not a great public speaker. I want to start by thanking law enforcement, those who remain among law enforcement who are committed to the ideal of service and respect. With all that I have been through, I haven't lost the faith, no other option, because strong communities are built on strong police-community relationships. Make no mistake, I know as well as anyone how deeply rooted the problem of corruption is here, how great the need for reform is, starting at the top. We need new leadership in this court, in the sheriff's office, in the DA's office. I'm not new here. This isn't my first talk show. I've lived here in Tarrant County some 35 years or so. Went to Nolan. Judge O'Hare and I both graduated from UT. You defected and went to SMU. I stayed for a few degrees at UT. I taught public school for nearly 20 years, worked in refugee resettlement, volunteered in the community, spoken at podiums like this countless times. I even ran for office. I know this story's me, but that's the story I know. And if the gross injustice I suffered can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. I can provide firsthand knowledge of the conditions and the culture in our jail, a dirty, dangerous, deplorable place. Because I've been there twice. Quick story of 2 arrests. First was when I was a teenager in the mid-'80s, dabbling in juvenile delinquency. The arrest was the best thing that could have happened to me. Felony theft because the value of the radar detectors was such. Arrested at night, out the next morning, more than fair terms of a deferred adjudication. Never wanted to go back, but no complaints about treatment. I was a threat to the public. The arrest was good police work that put my life back on track. Second arrest was last July, arrested for interference with public duties, aka filming the police. But the real reason was what you're seeing right now. Tell the truth, demand transparency and accountability, expose criminal behavior by those with the power, and you risk the most vindictive retaliation imaginable. I can't begin to describe how an arrest impacts one's life. There is no innocent before guilty here. The weaponization of the justice system is right here. I was held for 2 days, subject to mild torture, and was appalled at every moment. The conditions and the culture, again, deplorable. And remember, no one who's just been arrested has been found guilty. They haven't had their day in court. My 2 days in court ended Thursday with 2 not guilty verdicts returned within 30 minutes or so. The DA's office put all effort into convicting me of a Class B misdemeanor. That's what our top prosecutors, Bill Vassar, is doing these days, targeting political prisoners. But the jury saw him for what he is, a condescending con man, a snake oil salesman in a slick suit. But more than anything, they saw the truth in that courtroom. Instead of being a perpetrator, a criminal, I was a victim, as the body camera showed that I was repeatedly assaulted by Officer Matlack of the Benbrook Police Department. So I'm here to demand that Officer Matlack be charged with those for assault. I'm here to tell you that the window of opportunity for addressing the harm I've suffered is closing soon. I seek justice for myself because I know there are countless who don't have that.
Following Mr. Bucher, we have Janelle Johnson.
The man that's about to speak has a son in jail. They refuse to give him his medication, and he's dying, thanks to the kangaroo courts here in Tarrant County.
It brings me no pleasure to have to keep coming to this podium because I would love to come to this podium and give more praise than I would, have to come here and just absolutely berate this courtroom. What you see here in this bag is my son's property, right, with the CID number on it. Inside here is 10 medicines, and I'm appalled that it was never given to him, prescribed by his cardiologist. So in here is 10 medicines. Right now, he's only getting 5 of that according to the medical records request I got. So you take 5 of these away, and guess what you got? You got a problem. From a heart patient. You have a problem. You say, well, you don't need this medicine. They're making fly by the seat of their pants decisions, which is what they had put inside all the notes in the medical records stating we need to get them somewhere else because we can't handle it. We do not have the medical professionals, nor do we have the specialists to deal with this complexity of a case, which was stated by a nurse. And yet he still sits in the jail because a judge felt like, let's just go with the judicial side, not what the scales of justice is, what's right and what's wrong. She didn't want to hear none of the facts. She refused to. She struck down our attorney every time he brought up case law. She said, nope, I don't want to hear it. Well, which you know you have to. You have no choice. That's why they have opinions for it. But yet he still sits in there swollen. I just visited him yesterday, and he was swollen, which means he's going into congenital heart failure, which he already is. He's pushed further into it, which means another death. And I have to weigh that on my conscience and my shoulders, and that hurts. But nobody's asking questions but one. I was just saying, what are y'all doing, JPS? What in the hell are y'all doing? Can I use that word? If I can, on bar. What are we, why is this happening? Well, you know, his blood pressure is going up. Before he ever went to jail, his blood pressure was fine on all 10 medicines, but now he's on 5 and his blood pressure is going down, which means his Fontaine is failing. It's not pumping adequately. He's not getting the proper protein in there. I mean, yeah, he can get all the commissary he wants, but that's not enough when you're dumping out more than you're putting in, which comes from his PLE, which is his complication where all your protein dumps in your stool. So you have to constantly have protein, but to be sitting in the jail because of a false accusation and a flawed judicial system is crazy. I would honestly, with all the judges that I've seen here today, and all the ones that I've came across, I would squander their budget until they can show me they can act accordingly with what they have. Make them do their job. That's not hard. Hey, look, you're not going to get the special, witnesses to come in here and do that. You're going to have to learn how to read. It's not hard. I have worked in corrections for 10 years, and I've seen corruption beyond belief, which is why I walked away. I couldn't do it anymore. I mean, why would I want to sit here and support something that I see day in, day out? That's straight corruption. Not everybody, but it was enough. If you look at TDCJ right now, they're having assaults and deaths, and people are hanging, out of belief because they're understaffed.
Thank you.
The autopsy report says homicide for this lady's brother who was murdered at the jail. When you're handcuffed and pepper sprayed, that's what happens. And the county has spent millions to block their lawsuits.
Following Ms. Johnson, we have Linda Hanratty.
To Mr. Krause and Mr. Miles, and I'm gonna keep this short and brief because it don't take 3 minutes for what I have to say.
Still got to say for the students, educate yourself. Anyone who's not a student, still educate yourself. an institution or a facility to educate yourself. I promise you, there are so many things you can find out. My sister lives up in New York City and is also a grassroots organizer. I learned everything from her. Okay? I'm not old enough to vote, but hand to God, I will. All of you need to. It's not whether will you need to. We are the majority!
Won't let it go. We'll look into it. And if he's knowingly harboring, concealing an illegal alien, that's a violation of Title 8 United States Code 1324. I would seek prosecution, or the secretary would seek prosecution. So maybe he's bluffing. If he's not, we'll deal with that.
How much jail space is left? Because now they're talking about locking up the New Jersey governor, who did make a pretty profound, perhaps, admission on the record, recorded. Homan is really something else. The border czar, Governor Murphy, said that over the weekend during an open discussion at Montclair State University. Since then, possibly tied to Homan's threat, his team has since walked back the claim. Hannity aired in a statement saying that Murphy was just referring to a legal resident who was in his circle of friends, worried about President Trump's return to the White House, the governor's rep said. No one's ever lived in the home under those circumstances that the governor described, the representative insisted. New York Post with the reporting. We'll see. In case that threat wasn't rather chilling enough, I found it pretty chilling.
Camille Manukian. C-A-M-I-L-L-E. Camille Manukian, M-A-N-U-K-I-A. And what's your degree? So I was an institutional support contractor for the Office of HIV/AIDS and Global Health Bureau at USAID. And last week we got the notice that we were laid off with very little prior notice or communication from our employer. And now we're just fighting to save the entire agency. Our jobs are gone, but hopefully the agency will remain and one day we can come back and continue doing the work that we love to do.
And how long have you been doing your job? And tell us a little bit about the work you're doing and what happened.
Yeah, so I was 1 month away from hitting my 2-year anniversary. I moved to DC for this job. It was my dream job. I worked on the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR, which works to, send medicine, life-saving medicine, to about 20 million people around the world. And since 2003, when it was started by Bush and was supported by both sides of the aisle for the past 20-some years, it has saved upwards of 26 million lives. So that was the work we were doing every day, day in, day out, working on ending the AIDS epidemic around the world and saving lives.
And can you tell us, what do you hope will happen next? I heard a lot during the protest, your job,
It's so hard to say because it does feel a little demoralizing right now. I think the speed at which this has happened is on purpose. Of course, we've been hearing a lot of people talking about that. But I just hope that people, keep up with Trump and just keep fighting and not let him tire us out. I want our representatives to save American jobs. Like, this is almost 10,000 American jobs that have been wiped out this past week and a half. And if he's successful with USAID, I'm concerned that he will just start targeting other agencies. We've been seeing it with the NIH. We've been seeing it with State Department, with the Department of Education, and I'm just worried that we're the first domino and he's going to just try to keep knocking everything down. So we need to speak up now and not let this happen, because it's not just going to be us, it's going to impact thousands and thousands of Americans' livelihoods. And after that, then the whole economy will be impacted.
And Elon and other people that feel support his views say that there's wasteful spending, there's too much money, other countries should be supporting what we do internationally. What do you say?
So, I don't want to speak to that too much, but what I do want to say is that USAID has funding appropriated by Congress
There is no better source.
Oh my God, I've been sitting here talking all this time and I wasn't even up there. God damn it. Sorry, Colt. I thought y'all could hear me. I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass. But thank you for that. I appreciate that because I'd sit here and be talking all this time. And I've been talking a lot. I feel stupid. I'm trying to find some kind of protests, but I don't see many out there, at least that are being streamed. And what I am finding is just ridiculous. Like this one. All these stupid haters in the goddamn chat. Fucking dumb. Sorry about that, Cole. I really do apologize. Possible. They need to be arresting people. The FBI needs to be up in force, arresting people. Aye. What? You're gonna look at me like that. What do you want? What do you want? My cat is so freaking freaky. You still there, Cole? I'm sorry. Again, I apologize. I saw this. I had to. Look at that. Ugh. Why did they use that picture? She's cute, but she's stupid. I mean, I don't think most of you would kick her out of bed if you were, she was eating crackers and whatnot. But King. Interesting. Anyway, so how's everybody's day? How y'all doing? Thanks for coming by. Oh. Wait, what?
Henry Cavill finds himself the heart of a brewing controversy that could derail Amazon's live-action adaptation of Warhammer before it even begins. Fans, already skeptical of Amazon's track record with adaptations, are rallying behind Cavill as reports emerge of his clash with the studio over significant changes to the Warhammer lore. The focus of the dispute is the rumored introduction of female custodians, a move that many fans see as a fundamental betrayal of the universe's established history. Custodians in the Warhammer 40k lore are genetically modified all-male elite warriors tasked with protecting the Emperor and maintaining the traditions of the Imperium.
See, that's because Hollywood doesn't understand what the people want. And those people that make those decisions are fucking just there for money. They don't understand. Sorry, Colt. Again, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. Can't help myself sometimes. Oh, this is... Wow, look at all those people. Bratislava. Look at that. Belgrade. Tbilisi, wherever that is. That's a good one. Wow, look at that face. Ugh. Yeah, see.
Are you in a union? Do you know someone who is in a union? Do you benefit from labor laws that were brought about because of unions? The answer is yes, just FYI. Well, just in case you haven't been paying attention, they're coming for the Department of Labor next. Elon Musk's Doge team visited the Department of Labor, and now there are protests. And if what he did over the weekend to USAID is any indicator, he plans to feed it into the wood chipper. And you might be like, well, but USAID, I don't care about that. USAID makes up less than 1% of our nation's budget, less than 1%. What exactly is he saving if he shut the whole damn thing down? Not much, but you know it would be lucrative, especially for people who own big companies like, oh, I don't know, a billionaire like Elon Musk. Shutting down the Department of Labor, that would be really, really lucrative. As long as we're talking about shady shit government officials are trying to do, there's also this. Arizona representative introduces bill to abolish OSHA. This guy, Representative Andy Biggs, who has a smile that screams, I should be on a registry, says OSHA's existence is yet another example of the federal government creating agencies to address issues that are more appropriately handled by state governments and private employers. He said that back in a press release in 2021. Yeah, the companies who are cutting corners and putting employee safety in harm's way to save a buck should definitely be tasked with regulating themselves, or at least on a state level, where they have a better shot at like bribing the department. And just in case you're someone who says, oh, Trump wouldn't do that, he likes unions. Unions supported him. No, he doesn't. He doesn't like unions or laborers, and don't just take this headline's word for it. Take the words coming out of his own mouth.
Used to hate to pay overtime. When I was in the private sectors, they say, oh, I don't want over, you know, I shouldn't tell you this. I'd go out and get other people and let them work regular time.
But they build everything in Germany and then they assemble it here. They get away with murder because they say, oh, yes, we're building cars. They don't build cars. They take them out of a box and they assemble them. We could have our child do it.
They go on strike and you say, that's okay, you're all gone. You're all gone.
I can't stand listening to this fool.
Ought to be ashamed.
The question is, what can you do about it? Well, if you live anywhere near DC, today at 3 p.m. in front of the Department of Labor, 200 Constitution Avenue, Northwest, you could go there and join the protests.
Author of forthcoming sci-fi thriller novel Reborn. Oh, whatever, dude.
This is not a drill. This is not a joke. Full economic standoff. Shut it down. All of it. Union strong. I'll end with this. If you're in a union or love someone in a union, never forget that they did this. I don't care if they don't end up going through with it. I don't care if they walk it back and walk away and go, no, we're not going to do it. We're not going to. Never forget that they walked through those doors. Never forget that they even entertained the thought of it because they think so little of you.
to me, it's just.
Be right back, people. Hold on, let me put this on.
Where we would talk about police interactions to make sure you know your rights as a citizen and also understand the legal rules for filming in public. We're highlighting some very important cases today. You'll find links to each creator's channel in the video description. Be sure to subscribe to them, watch their others' videos, and don't forget to subscribe to mine as well. Now let's jump into our first video and we'll talk more later.
Oh, I'm just filming, ma'am.
You can't do that in a federal building.
I can't record in a federal building? Why? Why?
The law. They said so.
Yeah.
Just turn it off.
But I'm not breaking any laws. I'm just filming.
It's against the law in a federal building.
What law? Do you know the law?
Government law. Sir, let me go get it, right?
Yeah, I don't think there is no law, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Hey, catch that.
Sir, you can either turn that off or I'll call the police.
Ma'am, you can do whatever you'd like, okay? Why would you call this? Who are you?
This is a federal building.
Yeah.
And I'm actually a supervisor. My name is Justin. This is actually a federal building. You're not allowed to record in the post office. So I'm going to ask you, please stop recording.
Your name is Justin?
Yes.
And you're a supervisor here?
Yes. And can you please stop recording me?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not going to be able to do that.
Okay, you're not? Okay. No problem.
There's video cameras all over here. So you know. There.
I already heard that.
Okay.
What?
Oh, okay.
What's going
Well,
on?
I'm just saying they're recording you. Why can't I record? What's the difference?
There's a big difference.
What makes it different?
For their safety, not for yours.
Oh, okay. So it's okay for them to record, but not for me.
That's right. So why are you recording? What is your purpose? Thank you.
When you'll understand it shortly if you stay around, but I bet you'll leave. But I'll reveal everything at the end. Don't worry.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, sir.
My name is Officer Quinn, Napa City Police Department, okay?
Okay.
I just want to inform you that we are being recorded right now, all right?
Okay, your body cam is on.
I'm sorry?
Your body cam is on.
It is.
Okay, great.
Gentlemen, here is an employee of the post officer's office. This is a federal building. You cannot record in the federal building.
Okay, Officer McQueen.
Yeah.
I want to show you something, and maybe you too, supervisors. What was your name again? Justin. So I'm gonna bring you over here, and
they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Look at their face.
Governing
Look at that
governing the
Look at that
conduct on
face.
postal property. If you read right here,
Look at
photographs
that little face with his little fucking stupid mouth.
for news purposes may be taken, and commercial purposes may be taken in entries, lobbies, foyers. So I have
You just said photographs?
photographs, video. It's all
Does
the
it say photographs and video or just photographs?
photographs and video are the same thing, officer.
Photographs and video is two different things.
Same
One's
thing.
photo, one is video.
I'm telling you, I am a journalist. I'm working on a story on this post office.
Okay.
So not only does the rules and regulations allow me to be here, but the First Amendment of the Constitution, freedom of press.
Identification on you?
No, I don't need any identification.
How do I know you work for the press?
No, well, everybody has the freedom of press, sir.
But you said you work for the press. You are the press.
I am the press.
Okay.
Yes, I am the press,
So you
and
just mentioned that just
I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist working on a story on the post office.
Okay.
If you prevent that in any way, you will be violating my civil rights. You'll be violating my rights to film. I can film in a public lobby.
So does that say photographs or video?
This grants me the permission to take videos in the lobby. So
Does that say photographs or video?
maybe you should talk to the postmaster. Maybe he's a supervisor, and I get that, but maybe you should talk to the postmaster because the postmaster will be more knowledgeable on the subject. Before you do,
You just wanted to read something to me, but you said it was just photographs.
yeah, This is photographing.
That's not a photograph.
Yes, it's the same. It's the same thing,
So
officer.
photograph and video is the same exact thing?
It's the same thing. I have freedom of the press. I'm allowed to be here and record in the lobby. The rules say it, and much more than the rules. And by the way, this is federal law. It's just not some poster. This is federal law.
Okay.
He informed me that I'm breaking federal law filming, which I know not to be the case. And on top of that, I have freedom of press. I can record in public buildings. This is a public building. I know you said it's a federal building,
Okay.
but federal means public. It's the same thing.
Okay. Would you be able to carry firearms in this building too?
I don't know. So I don't have a firearm, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. Do you have any ID on you?
I'm not going to give you any ID, officer. I haven't broken any laws.
Stupid questions I
Thank
have
you.
to ask. 'Cause
So I'm
I'm
basically exercising my First
brought
Amendment
two new
right
ones in.
to film in
Go ahead.
public. That's it.
Okay, well, you're on federal property.
Yeah, I understand
So
that.
On federal property, you have to have permission.
Not true.
No.
Sir, it is
Don't.
true.
I can show you the rules and regulations
Oh,
governing the
come here,
post office,
come here,
which is
let's
federal
get it-
law. If
get
you'd
it
like,
going.
you can read
Come
that.
on.
What
Come
your
on.
reason is
Come on.
for
Come on.
I'm a journalist
Come over
working
here.
on a story. I have a First
Hello.
Amendment right to film
Hello.
in public. This is public.
Keep everybody out.
Wait.
And you start videotaping people.
Whoa, let's slow down here.
We
I'm
know
not,
your First Amendment right.
okay,
because
so,
you and everybody else tells us that every day.
so wait.
Like,
Every
kick
day.
people out, like,
Okay,
even like
can
in the jail.
I tell you why I'm here? I already told you guys why I'm here. I already told you, there's no need for you guys to be here. There's none.
You just said-
I told you,
you just
I'm a
said-
journalist working on a story. I just told you that.
Identification saying that you're a journalist?
Ma'am, unfortunately, you do not need identification. No, you do not. You do not need identification identifying yourself as a journalist. You do not.
Do you have
The First
identification?
Amendment
Okay, you
grants
want to show
me,
me where that says that?
it's the First Amendment of the Constitution, ma'am.
That says that you don't
Freedom of
have
press.
ID?
No, it says that I have freedom of press.
Usually journalists carry ID to identify themselves as journalists so that we don't run into this
Why
problem.
would I need to ID myself to you,
Because you're
ma'am?
on private property.
No, I am not.
You're on federal property.
Outside there, you can do
Well,
whatever you
hold
want.
on.
You are,
This is public property.
this is not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 officers for a man with a camera. And I just told you that. It's the rules. That's federal law. About from people like you. Yes, I will. Thank you. Come on, man. You know I wasn't being difficult with you when you
You're
got
being
here.
extremely difficult.
Really?
Yes.
I'm being difficult?
You're pointing something out that says photograph.
Wham.
Has nothing to do
Oh,
with video.
man. Come
Now, also, you
on.
say you know what you're talking about. You have no documentation on you. I have no idea. How do I know you work for the press? So I just walk around.
I'm
walk
telling
and say,
you.
Okay, I work for the press. Where's your idea? Okay.
You don't
I'm gonna walk
need it.
around- I'm gonna walk around and tell you I'm a police officer, but not show you any credentials.
That's different. You need to show me
It's
that.
always different.
You
It's
need to
always
show me
different.
that. You need to show me proof you're a police officer. You do. That's your job. My job, I don't have to show you anything. Unfortunately, that's the way it works. If
Okay.
you don't like the way it works, take it up with your local congressman. Have them change
You need to take-
have them change
you
the
should take-
Constitution.
You should take things up.
I don't need to. I'm within my rights to be here and film.
Okay.
You guys are wasting taxpayer dollars. You guys should be gone by now. You guys should just
You
leave.
live here in the city?
You guys should just
Do you live here in
leave.
the city?
You get federal grants?
Is it your money?
Do you get federal
Is it money?
grants?
Do you pay the federal grants?
Do I pay federal taxes?
I have no idea. You won't get ID. I have no idea if you're employed. I have no idea who you are. I have no idea about anything.
I'm not, I don't even want to talk to you anymore,
Okay,
man.
then don't talk
Yes,
to me.
we know
'Cause
you
you're
have
being
no
difficult.
idea about
You're being
anything.
difficult. I don't even want to talk
Yes,
to
we
you. It's
know.
just the
You
back
don't
and
wanna
forth.
stick in a camera in front of my face.
I mean, I'm filming you, yeah, because
Okay.
I
Well,
don't
you say
I don't know
you
what you're
talk
gonna
to me.
do.
You're sitting here having a conversation with me.
Okay, great.
Uh-huh.
Did I ever come
Wow.
up to any one of you and start filming?
How you
No.
talk to your
I'm being
parents?
vocal because there's a lot of this going around these days.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
this going
It's
around.
creeping the hell out of people that people just walk around just doing this and what they want.
It's not his job. That's inciting violence. He could get fired for that. Anyway, nobody seems to be doing any protesting. I don't see any going on. I mean, I saw a couple, but not the 50 state fucking shit. Planet Parade. Oh, Planet Alignment. You people, stop listening to these people. I want to say something, but it just makes me turn up. Yeah, see, look, 50 states, 50 protests. There we go. But nothing's happening, and it's on Fox, so they don't care. And I don't want to read their shit. See, that's not nearly enough. That's not nearly enough. They got enough there to occupy the building, but that's about it. And nobody wants to do anything. They just want to sit there and show up and protest. But nothing's going to happen. Nothing. Nothing is going to change until we arrest them. That's what needs to happen. They need to be arrested. Not these protesters, the bad guys. The bad guys. Is there any British people out there at the moment? I got a question. I got a serious question. Well, not serious. It's actually a silly question. He just did. He walked past my video. You walked past my shit.
Just want to give an update to this video from
My
a couple
airspace.
days ago where this man puts his hands on someone for walking through his video. It is never okay to put your hands on someone for something like this at the gym or anywhere. A lot of you were asking what happened to this man. So I called this gym, LA Fitness in Kearney, New Jersey. I spoke to their staff, great people, huge supporters of what I do. This man's membership has been revoked and he is no longer able to step foot in an LA Fitness. So thank you, LA Fitness in Kearney, New Jersey. To this man, I truly hope that you learn to do better and control yourself before you join another gym. Thank you, everyone, for all your support.
All right, people, I'm going to take off because nobody seems to be staying. Y'all have a great day. Peace.